Okay, we're leaving Segundo, Colorado, where Ringo's Market's at. We'll be taking a drive up in the mountains today, up Sarcial Canyon to go look at some mountain properties. You see Ringo's grocery store. You got a couple of gas pumps. And you go about a mile west on Highway 12 here, and you'll take a right onto Sarcial Canyon Road. And I'll tell you the road number, the county road number, when we get up here. You can see it's one of the best views in the area. Just driving around anywhere in the county, you'll see the mountains. And those are the Sangre de Cristos in the background, where the national forests and mountain lakes are at. And there's lots of other public wildlife areas. There's a 30-something thousand one over here just to the south behind Weston, Colorado. And there's 2,700 acres back up here. Both of the peaks are wilderness area, and the San Isabel National Forest comes down to about halfway into the Sangres up there. Stonewall, Colorado is a little fishing village town. Before you get to the mountain lakes, if you keep going west on Highway 12, it'll take you over below those mountain peaks over to Cachar, Colorado, at the top of Cachar Pass, and then down into Lagarita, and then you can hook up with 160. Take a right, go to Walsenburg, or take a left and head to, well, all the way as far as Durango if you want. We're about a mile, at mile marker 54, right past it. You'll take a right before the bridge onto Sarcial Canyon Road. We're about a mile past going west from Segundo, Colorado. We're taking a right on the County Road 41.7, and Sarcial Canyon Road's paved for about 8 miles coming up here. So most properties off of this canyon will be a mile or two, maybe 4 off of pavement, and most properties in this area will be about 25-30 minutes to town, about 10-15 minutes to Ringo's grocery store and gas pumps. And to any of the public lands, it could be 10 minutes to 45 minutes depending on what you're going to go to in the area. And this county has the second largest elk herd population in the world. There's plenty of mule deer, bear, mountain lion, all that kind of stuff, and turkey. It's greened up yet. We're just coming out of winter. We can still have snow this time of year. Average winter temperature for this area, Los Animas County, is about 50 degrees. So the snow comes and it melts fast. You can get buried in a little bit for 3-4 days if we got a 3-4 foot snow. They only happen maybe once a year, once every couple 3 years. Once you get about 7,000 feet in this area, in this county, you'll start getting into the ponderosa pines and the tall pines. About 8,000 to 9,000, depending on the valleys and things like that. You'll start getting into aspens and blue spruce. We've come about 4 or 5 miles up Sarcial Canyon Road right now. Once you cross that cattle guard, right there, then you can take a left into Lagarita South. And there's actually another left at a pond. You can get into the north end of Lagarita South. And there's other ranches in the area off this road. To the 7,000 foot range now. And you can see the ponderosa pines starting to pop up. There's cottonwoods in the canyons down below. And even at this elevation, if you've got some water in a valley, you could end up with some blue spruce and some aspen in the valleys. A lot of sandstone formations at this elevation between 7,000 and 8,000 feet. 7 to 8 is the perfect growing elevation. Between 7,000 and 8,000 feet is really good growing elevation for this area for homesteading. And get above 8,000, and it becomes more difficult to do greenhouses and gardens. At about 7 miles coming up Sarcial Canyon, County Road 40.1, you will come to a pond on your right, and you'll be able to see the Spanish Peaks to the northwest. We come over this hill, you see the Spanish Peaks. Really good for the first time coming up Sarcial Canyon. I'll zoom in on them. And they look more about like that. They actually look a little bit bigger than that. That's the West Spanish Peak. There's a wildlife area. The Spanish Peaks wildlife area is just a little further up here. And this entrance is Rancho Lagarita. This is Rancho Lagarita South, but this is the north entrance. There's a little pond there. Okay, just about a quarter mile after the entrance to Rancho Lagarita South, the north end entrance, and after that pond, about a quarter mile afterwards, this is where the pavement ends. These county roads go, you can go anywhere in the county, and you can see this is Rancho Lagarita North, County Road 30.1, which will wind all the way back down into Trinidad. And you can go back down to Highway 12 we started on from many feeder roads. And this will head up into the wilderness area, National Forest in this direction. Okay, so we're taking a right into Rancho Lagarita North. And you can see Sarcial Track and Upper Daughter. That's part of the 2,700 acre wildlife area. And there's also another way to get to it on County Road 30.1. So this 5 acres is going to be within 10 minutes of 2,800 acres. And there's elk and deer. I did the first part of this video a few months back, but this is the firehouse that's in Lagarita. That other road is County Road 30.1, which will take you all the way to Cokedale, Colorado, which is only about 4 miles west of Trinidad, at the back of Trinidad Lake, Trinidad Lake, where the Trinidad Lake back entrance is at. And this property we're going to, property 220 in Lagarita. It has views of the Sangres, and it's about 2.5 miles from the firehouse back in Lagarita. To get to it, it has year-round access. And they have covenants in Lagarita, but they never formed an HOA or POA. So there's no dues, and everyone does with their properties within county regulations. You can drill a water well, get a water well permit for 5 acres in Lagarita. And I'll be showing you the drive and the turns to get to it, and hiking out on the land a little bit, and then flying my drone. It's about 3/4 of a mile to a mile, and then you come to what they call the tree in the road, middle of the road, and you want to take a right onto Deer Path Circle. Now we're headed south, and we're going to then get headed west and back south again to get to the property. We're about a mile, so it's about 2 miles from the firehouse in Lagarita. We haven't come far from the tree in the middle of the road. You just want to keep going straight. If you take a left on Deer Path Circle again and follow that direction, you'll wind back around to the main road to the firehouse. So now we're on Blue Jay Lane. I had to back up and see what road it is. We're just going to come down this hill, and it's going to look like you're going to drive into someone's property, and you just keep on the main road, and I'll show you that up here. And then the property we're going to is not too far after that. So you just pass this place, and pass there. That brown sign says we're on Meadow Drive now. School bus stop ahead. You just want to stay on the main road. If you go right, you'll be going to other properties. Okay, we just passed that little red house and it says private driveway, no outlet. That's for that cabin there. And then right here on our right is the beginning of the property. This would be the northern end of the property. I'm going to drive down to the southern end and then come back to some flagging. There's a cabin up on the hill up here, so you'll know you're at the property when you're right across the road from that cabin. Actually, it starts right here. Here's some flagging. This is the northeastern corner. And there's flagging for a road. The owner was going to put a road to a nice site out in the center of the lot where you can see over the lot and see the Sangre de Cristos too. There's where the pink flagging starts right there. We're a good place for putting a road in. You can see the Sangre de Cristos in the background. And when you're here, they look about that big. So we'll drive to the southern end of the property and then come back on. Okay, we're headed back north along the eastern boundary. The next door neighbor that would be the southeastern corner pin, so we're looking in the lot right now. It has a nice valley. It goes down through here and a site that's up above that valley. And then you can see the Sangre de Cristos from that site. And here's the flagging for in the middle of the lot to take off and start making a road down through there, and that's where I'm going to hike today. Okay, we're standing on top of we're across the road and we're looking into the property. You can see the Sangre de Cristos above there. They look up about like that. When I'm zoomed in, they're actually a little bit bigger. And so you can see on the topo map that the property comes on this side of the road. And the lot's down in here, so you take off of the road. Actually, there's better flagging right here. Go off of the road to a site in the center of the property down there where you can see the tops of the Sangres. So this is a part of the property on this side as well. We're going to hike the flagging to the site. Okay, the northeastern corner is just right up there towards the top of the hill. So we're going to start hiking in right here. You can see south all the way into New Mexico from this property too. Good southern exposure. About 250 to 350 feet at probably about $21, $22 a foot. Okay, so you take off with a road down through here. And you can see how this goes down, and you can see on the topo there's a gentle valley that runs all along the bottom. The lot goes actually a long ways. You have to cross a little, bear. You have to cross a little drainage area, but you could go further into the tract and use more of it. And the little road to the site, it's actually that other pink ribbon. There's the road right there. And I can see another one right there, and it comes around to get out here. You can see the Sangres there. It's hard to get with this lighting to get it where you can see it. It's not too dark or too light. You can see Taos Mountain in New Mexico right there. And the monsoon flow has actually returned this year. And here's the road. There's a pink ribbon down here, a little bit lower from my truck. There it is. And so the site would come in from here. It's really nice because then it's not 90 degrees or 80 something, it's 70 something. Here's another pink ribbon. You see the Sangres in the background. Okay. It's not very far off the main road. To get to the site. Actually, it's flagged further. You can come across this little ravine. It's a nice shot of the Sangres. Right there on the end. Easy. We'll get out in the property a little ways. I believe it's here, this hill taken down, and to make a sign on the ravine that we crossed. You could put a site over there, but this area in here I think is where he ended up, is you can make a nice big site for a cabin or house or RV. And you can see the Sangres real good back that direction. I don't know if you can see the boundaries. Southern boundary goes along here. Here's the western, northern here. There's a little cabin on the hill here. There's a cabin on the hill here. And there's an RV on the property here. So that should give you a good reference while I'm flying over it. I'll try to keep it centered from all directions. Okay, we're coming back to Sarcial Canyon Road. If you like what you saw, please contact me on the property. And if you'd like to see more properties, you might be interested in one of those, you can go to ranchviews.com, ranchviews.com, and see my other properties. I do the same thing with all my properties. I drive to, fly over, walk through, hike through, drive through, video as well. And there's, you take a right and a couple miles you're at 2,700 acres of wildlife area. Thanks for watching.